it tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh.
All right, Coach, thank you as always. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to chilly, but of course sold out Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Kansas City Chiefs. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A first carry from Leonard Fournette. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
2nd and 6 at the 33-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Go, go. 15, yellow.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Taking a deep shot here for that's caught at the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 67 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Well, this has been a quick strike offense all season long, finding many different ways to manufacture big plays.
They had a big playoff preview today in the papers, and it was about who would set the tone. Well, they just set the tone right there. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Throwing. Brissett. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
2 plays so far, run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Switch. Alert 3. You got tape. You got tape right there. Check 13.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Flush to his right. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. That's good for 28 yards.
A Hall of Fame coach once said there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or two. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he cuts it back right. And the cut, and he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Marlon Mack, 61 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down.
Tight end right. 3 down.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Yellow. Hey, Sunday.
Check.
Attack.
Check. Check 20.
Fight on these two.
Kill.
Working from the gun, Mahomes stepping up. He's going to keep it. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Hey, guys, I got 15.
Go gun.
Nice, sweetheart. Mike 35.
Hey, we heavy on the edges.
Hey, 35's the Mike.
Now here's Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Hardman. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a 1st down. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Keep it up, guys. 35's the mic. Watch the pass.
Olé!
Switch. Switch.
Yellow.
Slam. Hey, check 24.
Throwing now is Mahomes. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And now the throw here is incomplete. And with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after one. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Colts have taken the lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Net open, that's Byron Pringle complete. There he goes right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Byron Pringle, 74 yards. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. The point after is good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Flying in to blow that play up, Alex Okafor.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there.
Check. 53 fly. Check. 50. Hey. Clean. I'm here.
Another try after the first down sack. Brissett. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field. Pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, it's Mack. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Brissett from the gun on 3rd. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
But they're certainly being aggressive here. It's like being a sprinter in a 100-meter dash, exploding out of the blocks, trying to push the ball downfield. Guaranteed this defense better be on their toes. They're going to be tested all game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play, or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz. And in this case,
well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now Leonard Fournette. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs.
Keep playing hard.
Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl.
He's coming. We got double up.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
I got you.
Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I I got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. And all the way to the opposite 45. A huge play that time for the Colts. 47 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. To throw is Brissett. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Let's go. Number 53, Mike 50. I got you, son. Jim.
Check nine.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Curtis Samuel, as the first half is winding down, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he's given his guys a shot from late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Mike 53. I'm going to come back to you. Check three.
Mike. 53. Mike.
Watch QB draw. Check. 53, Mike. Check.
Now Brissett. Looking left sideline, it's complete. That catch moves him over 100 yards now for this wild card game. And a first down as well. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
They go right back to Mack. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Check 52. Check, 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 check. Anyway. That's it.
Mike, 53. 53, Mike.
Stay with your man.
Tight.
Brissett. Flushed out right. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Brissett to throw for it on 4th. He goes full extension, and he's got it. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
I'm on. Hey! Mike's 50, Mike's 50!
From the gun, here's Brissett. Dancing to his left. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll run it. It's Mack. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Got an open man. That's Campbell. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Second and goal from inside the 5.
Hey, let's get this. Shift. Kill.
Big ass. Shoot.
This is Hines, and he takes it in for a Colts score. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Yellow. Let's go on, Eddie. Let's see what you got.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run it again with Fournette. He'll have a first down past the 40. City touchdown. Leonard Fournette, 73 yards. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point safely through, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Staying on the ground with Mack. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Brissett. Fighting through pressure. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Chris Jones able to run him down for a 15-yard loss, and it will be 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the side.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Mahomes now to throw. And he's going to go down again. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Mahomes going to throw. Now he'll escape to his right. Looking downfield for Kelce. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. He was looking for his tight end, Kelce. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
2nd and 5 at the 50-yard line.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell, 50 yards. And thanks to the interception, the Colts offense cashes in with 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll run it now out of the gun. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. To throw, it's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught by Watkins. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Let's go, defense.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Mecole Hardman, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got to a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Brissett forced out to his left. And this is incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
56. Here we go, D. Hey, just, it's up.
3rd and short yardage, Brissett. And a big loss here as he's taken down. That was signaling a timeout here on the defensive side of the ball. So they want to stop it with 1 second to go prior to the 2-minute warning. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Mahomes to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Now Mahomes. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw, Mahomes. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Darius Leonard in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Good set on the keeper. A loss of a yard on the play. And it's 3rd down.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll set them back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs.
And there it is, that symbol that ends a game that one team loves and the other team can't stand, taking a knee. And guess what? The visitors came in and got it done. Wild card round, first step on their way trying to get to the Super Bowl.
First step indeed. They're underdogs. We'll see if they can continue to make some noise in the playoffs, but a good